What's up, everybody? It's Wolf, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Disappearance of Nagato Yuki-chan. This is a 16-episode spin-off series set in an alternative universe of the Haruhi Suzumiya series. Now, before I start this review, let me just say this. My opinions on this before and after. Now, I kind of imagined it similar to the experience of Haruhi Suzumiya, but with the protagonists of Kion and Yuki going on an adventure, instead of only Kion being the one noticing and, all that stuff. Now, I am happy to say that I was wrong, but I am also happy that this was something more interesting and fun, character-wise, story-wise, and just everything, Hey, it was, from episode 1 to episode 16, I was, kind of more like, oh man, interested. I was like, oh, what's going to happen next? The possibilities, it's not what I thought it was, In other words, it was surprising. Like, wow, So, moving on from that, first thing I want to talk about is the characters. Now, the characters were, I liked them, man. Some were different, some were similar, and some had personalities that were different and eventually had a story within them. Now, the first character I want to talk about is Yuki. Yuki is a cute, shy anime girl, that type in anime. Yeah, and let me just say this. It kind of, in one way, I was like, you know what? I kind of see that, I understand why they made her the shy type. She kind of has that look. But in another way, I was like, she kind of also has the look. I expected her to be more of a, a hyped up Haruhi Suzumiya version, one of those, something like, for example, Goku, Ash Ketchum, that excited feeling to go out and just do a lot, which she does have at moments, I won't lie, but she, in general, her personality is that shy, cute anime girl, which is not bad, I enjoyed seeing these characters different, having their own thing. And Yuki, yeah, she's pretty cool, she has, besides being the shy one, she's also a gamer. She likes to play or PSP. Or what is that? Vita? I don't know. Let's just PSP. Let's just say. Next is Kion. Kion, in my opinion, I like him. He was pretty cool, chill. He didn't have, in my opinion, wasn't that much of a. He was one of the main characters, but in my opinion, he didn't have like enough change, such as like Yuki, for me to have a lot to talk about. But let me just say Kion, though, I enjoyed him in this anime a little bit more than the other anime. Which one? I forget which one version of him, because I reviewed 2 more before this one. But let me just say he had kind of more personality. It's good to see him more interact with the world instead of just living each day over and over, or what was it? Trying to find Haruhi, I think that was the other one. I forgot his role on that one. But this one, this Kion was more interesting than the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Kion. Sakura, man. I like Sakura, man. She was a great character. If any character I think people will really love and enjoy is the one of Asakura. She was a nice-hearted, caring girl, overprotected in some ways for Yuki, and she had that, support. She would support those she loved, and yeah, man, she was funny also. She was funny at sometimes, I like seeing her, there's this little skit or scene, Asakura and Suryu, where they kind of have like a little bit of, there's moments, and it's not like all out every time they see each other, but a little rivalry, a little rival between them, right? And they were like, and that was pretty cool. And also, it was kind of like a Pokemon thing, like Asakura had Yuki, Suryu had uh, what was her other chick name? Mikuru. Yeah, I think that's her name. And those were the funny scenes, which I enjoyed. What I'm gonna talk about is Suyu. And, she was always this interesting character, great, funny. I like how, I like how that she's more of a defender of Mikuru, but in the same time, she's kind of like Haoi in the way of, she has what was it, kind of addicted, wobbiness, I don't know, a kind of weird relationship with Mikuru, I'd say. Yeah. But in the same time, she's a friendly, kind person, which is kind of, weird here and there. Yeah, she's a funny, weird character, I would say. Long story short. Haruhi. She's a funny, random, adventurous girl. That's it. Yeah, not that much, The main characters is the ones I enjoyed the most in this one. Like, Suryu, Haruhi, and Mikuru, they were cool, but Yuki, Kion, and Asakura were the ones which I really enjoyed, seeing. And, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I hate the other characters. It's just that these three were more fun to enjoy. They kind of took the show, like the saying goes. Yeah. Another thing I want to say is, yeah, besides that, it's not really a story. It's slice of life anime. So don't be coming in here thinking, oh, what story do you want to tell now? It doesn't even exist in here. So moving on from that, I like the moments we see, Naruto being shy and jealous. These are the ones that kind of made it more funny, comedic value, I would say. From seeing how he put her hair up and trying to do the same stuff as others, to trying to, what was it? There was one scene where she's trying to get Kion's attention at times, and yeah, and coming out weirdly for the both of them. And, these are things which I say it does good to episodes, and it was more of a Yuki, having a crush on Kion, and even though she's shy, she does come out at times, the rare occasions where she would kind of do here and there. For example, asking Kion how's her belly button, which was weird but hey man, that's a great moment for the belly button people. Now I won't spoil anything, but I will say that later on there's a new theme that takes place which results in changes. These changes can be looked at as a what if, especially if you are used to seeing these characters in, like I said, the other two, the other two versions of this series. Now, what I would say is also, there is a little thing where they have Yuki kind of having a crush on Kion, and Kion kind of, well, not actually going for anyone. I've seen Kion throughout all three so far, and I'd say Kion is just a dude that just does not want to date anyone. He's more of that chill dude that just wants to have fun, lives day by day, and that's just Kion. And out of all the three things I've reviewed, that's Kion. He doesn't really have any interest in love. He's kind of like Haruhi. No interest in love, just wants to live day by day, having fun. In my opinion, this is a good place to start watching. Haruhi, because, to be honest, it would be a weird place. For slice of life levels, I would say, if anything, it's a good slice of life to start in. Yes, but slice of life. But Haruhi Suzumiya in general, don't start in this one, man. I recommend this is the way you should watch it. The Milking of Haruhi Suzumiya, the Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, and then the Disappearance of Nagato Yuki-chan. That's the perfect way to watch the series. But as a slice of life anime, I'd say this is a good one to start with. Now, small thing I somewhat interesting, episode 7 at 12:10, that time period. I know it's at 2019. You know, it's about to be the 2020s. And yeah, man, within the last few days of the 2019 or the 2010s, I don't know, that was just something interesting to bring up. So I really did not have a lot to say besides that, so let me just end it with this, man. It was really interesting, this anime. I really did enjoy it. You know, the things about it is, I wish in the 2020s there is more of the Haruhi Suzumiya. Oh, back where I was saying, distracted there. But, yeah, in the 2020s, I hope there's more of Haruhi Suzumiya stuff, because this was more interesting, and, you know, maybe have more series linked to the, you know, what was it, the original series, but, and other stuff linked to this series, you know, like an alternate to universe and stuff like that, because I think Haruhi Suzumiya is one of those series that made me more interested in watching stuff in general, you know, because I don't know, the characters in general are cool, you know, Yuki, you know, one of my favorites, Haruhi, one of my favorites, and yeah, man, and the other characters as well is fun. So I recommend watching this experience of Nakoto Yuki-chan. You know, it really made December really fun. You know, even though I was busy, I would have gotten this with you out in the first week of December, but I was, damn, it was busy. So animes that I would recommend, animes that I would recommend watching. Number one is Venus Worlds, because it feels like a good time of the year to watch Venus Worlds. Hey, maybe I could watch that next after this review, you know. Yeah, that sounds like a good movie to watch. And also, Lucky Star, for its similar slice of life and characters that were similar here as well. And, you know, it's just all fun. A good slice of life anime. Another good slice of life anime, because this is a slice of life anime. And, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to, also, let me just say this. Maybe I have one more review, before the final review of the year, right? So stay tuned for that. If anything, stay tuned for that last review of 2019 and the 2010s. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me in the comments animes that you like and what do you think about this anime. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye.